Here's what's making news now around Indiana, brought to you by Smithville. Well, an Illinois-based shipping and logistics company plans to relocate to Gary. HMD Trucking says it will invest nearly $6 million into a new headquarters with plans to bring up to 500 jobs to Lake County by 2021. 7 airports throughout the state have received funding for improvements from the Federal Aviation Administration. The Airport Improvement Program involves funds for infrastructure, maintenance, and improvements that support safety, capacity, security, and the environment. The Evansville Department of Metropolitan Development has announced a revamped revolving loan program. The city says that program will put $870,000 left over from a previous plan toward potential commercial uses. And Lutheran Health Network in Northeast Indiana has a new CEO and regional president. Mike Poore will also continue to serve as interim CEO of Lutheran Hospital in Fort Wayne until a permanent leader there is identified. Well, plans are moving ahead on a $65 million aquatic center in northern Indiana. Crews expected to break ground in the coming weeks on the Elkhart Health, Fitness, Aquatics and Community Center. That project has a strong financial commitment from the local community and also the Regional Cities Initiative. And for more on this ambitious project, I'm pleased to be joined by Insight Strategic Concepts founder and president Shelley Moore and Community Foundation of Elkhart County President Pete McCown. And welcome to the program.
Thank you.
This is a big project, $65 million, an aquatics and fitness center, but this is about a lot more than a pool. Talk, if you will, Shelley, about this project.
Certainly. The project started when the YMCA downtown had to shut down due to a power surge and overall over a period of time of lack of funding. And when that happened, there were a number of people who stepped up through some efforts we were trying to put into place to get basically our schools had 40-year-old pools as well that were failing. No community pool, obviously. So it was a matter of saying how can potentially Beacon Health Systems, the schools, the Community Foundation, who had a very interested effort into the longevity and vibrancy of the community, all step up and come together. And the collaboration between those entities making it happen has been phenomenal.
You're going to talk about specifics of the project in a moment, but this really gets about, beyond the health and wellness and the competitive nature of this facility, about talent attraction and retention, community health. It really hits on a number of things.
It does. Elkhart has 28,000 people who live, or they live outside of Elkhart, but they work in Elkhart. And then we have less than a 2% unemployment rate that keeps bobbling up and down around that level. And so workforce we need, we're short of housing. So this is really about building an area, a very specific area that will have a residential walkable community that has this center for health and wellness.
Pete, talk about this. The foundation, Community Foundation of Elkhart County, is in for $10 million, so a big commitment there. Talk about some of the particulars of this project, which again, very ambitious, and why it's important.
So what we found interesting about the concept was that it would be a community asset, no question about that, that would serve our school children, members of the community in the health and wellness space. But we insisted that there be this community element of it, so there's a gathering place or a commons there that you needn't be a member. You can meet there for a book club, or a group of gals that walk the Riverwalk Trail could meet there, get a bottle of water. Beyond that, though, there's this tourism element. So this is a world-class facility that will compare to any natatorium in the country, if not the world. 66-meter length pool. And we anticipate that there will be 40,000 people a year that come for regional and national swim events, like we would find in the Indianapolis Natatorium.
Yeah. So this is really, again, from a tourism standpoint, competitive for events on a national scale.
That's correct.
Yeah. This is also a spark, or will be, as I understand it, for additional development. I know Flaherty and Collins, among others, developing property kind of adjacent to this. So this becomes kind of that live, work, play environment for Elkhart.
Absolutely. We're calling it the River District. And it's about 105 acres. And within that, as you mentioned, Flaherty and Collins, Martins, and Great Lakes Capital are collaborating on a project that involves residential, and of course the Aquatics Center. And then in between, we have a number of people filling out the spaces in between to really fill it out. We've actually engaged Jeff Speck, who is a nationally known urban designer developer, who's helping us with the overall project.
All right, it is a major project, $65 million Aquatics and Fitness Center in Elkhart. Again, Regional Cities funding part of this as well, so there's a real feeling it will be a talent attractor in northern Indiana. Shelley Moore, also Pete McCown, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Glad to be with you.